Peaceful rising, beloveds. This is Empress Chakra Wanda, Reverend Chakra Wanda. You can call me Wanda. You can call me Mama. But if you don't want to call me at all, just go ahead and swipe right now. I am in travel. I'm in the DMV area. Look, I must share a message that I received driving on the way up here. I haven't written in quite a while, and creativity through writing and drawing and painting, is a healing activity that I learned a long time ago, that redirecting my energy, disconnecting from the matrix and allowing myself to express on canvas and in writing. I've been writing many years, but I'm also I'm a multi-passionate, sorry y'all, I'm moving around down here in the basement. I'm a multi-passionate, multi-creative, so my mind is going all the time. But I'm coming into a season in these last 5 or 6 years where I'm recognizing that I need to practice mindfulness more, that I have to make a decision about what I am working on or engaging in, and how I am using my energy, who I'm connected with, everything. First of all, I'll share with a recent work that I did. Hadn't been able, I had felt like I was blocked, but it was just a dormancy for a while where I just couldn't even pick up the pen or the paintbrush and do anything. And my last series of work over the years have divine feminine energy has been coming through. So let me get at it. I got my little 3x5 card. There's I'm gonna share with you literally a message that I had to record while I was driving. Recorded it, meaning I hit the button on my notepad and just let things flow. So forgive the typos. I'm going to show you my note or the message that came through. And I don't share all the time, but first of all, there's a divine transmission. There's a universal transmission going on all the time, y'all. Okay? First of all, you have the transmission of the world. Okay, I like to see it that way. And then you have the transmission from Creator. But a lot of times we don't have our antenna up. There is a way to walk in the world and still be guided by Spirit. All right. So it's probably about 7 a.m. on Tuesday, July 15th. And I have to express this now. Now, this recording may not go out right away, but then again it may. Anyway, I have been on what I call a Sankofa journey. All right, Sankofa is an ancient, an African proverb that means go back, yeah, and don't forget, so that you can bring that power forward and moving forward in your life. It's not exactly that, but that's the gist of what that means. Sankofa, go back. So Father's Day weekend, which was also Juneteenth weekend, was the activation for me. So I'm going to get to it. I connected with my father, my elder, and when I connected with him, I was over at my brother's house, and I went in the living room, and there were some pictures on the wall, and there was a picture that I didn't recognize. And my father immediately jumped up and said, "That's my grandfather." And then I'm sitting there listening to him, but another conversation is going on in my head, because this is probably like the third time that it was like a switch that came on. And it has to do with understanding my origin, taking the journey of ancestry and genealogy. And whoa, I'm telling you, I literally had prayed and asked specifically that my grandmother and grandfather would help in shift of life that's happening right now. Things are all well. It's good, but there's a shift, you know. And, you know, there's things you must do when you're in a family unit and elders, right? And when it's time for you to step in and work together. So I'm on my Sankofa journey. So I drove back after that and immediately went back on my Ancestry account and looked up some information that my dad had been talking about for 20 years. And I found the information. And what it was is, I think my great-great-grandfather sued the government because soldiers took property from his land, and he won. And I have the document. I'm going to have to figure out how to print stuff out from Ancestry. Then I remember that a cousin that I talked to a year ago mentioned that in the area that my family's from, he was walking and noticed that there was a historical marker put up in that area, and our family name was on the marker. It was referencing the original families of that area. And then on the ground, like in Las Vegas, where you have stars on the ground and carved into the ground in the cement, there were names of families that were the original families that started this town, and our family name was there. We had no clue. And the historical marker was put up 2016, but it doesn't end there. I was able to find 3 more names. 3 more, I believe. I got to confirm it in Ancestry, but I went into this historical marker database and typed in my surname, my family name, and found other markers within that same region, a part of history. So that activated me even further. And then my dad said that he ran across a 5th generation cousin to him. We had followed her back in 2011. And then fast forward, I remembered when I got home, I reached out to her. I had got home on a Wednesday, I reached out on a Thursday, and by Friday we were talking for 4 hours. And then there was a second phone call. And she opened up an unexpected world for me of awareness. So I understand where I come from. First, from the mind of God, okay? We each are written, our names are written in the universe. And if you're on this planet and you're alive and well, you were assigned to this planet. You were assigned to the beautiful culture that you are. You were assigned to present yourself as male, feminine, of masculine or feminine. And you were assigned to a family, good, bad, or different. That is your line. But after my cousin, my 6th generation cousin, shared with me her side of Ancestry and the family tree work that she did, and then she took me on a tour through the genealogy, through the family tree. She took me on a tour, and the tour exposed me to a whole new world of awareness of where I truly originate, what runs in my blood, all the way back to the kingdom in Central West Africa, with even more information that has come up, linking back to the first arrival of slave ships in Virginia. All along this journey, Spirit is showing me where to make changes in my life, where to make more room, and also that time is sacred and precious. I received word on the way up the road of a friend that I met 30 years ago when I was in Hewlett Packard, one of the corporate companies that I worked for, and this beautiful soul left suddenly. And I went, once I got settled, once I arrived with family, and that late evening, which was Sunday evening, was it Sunday evening? Yeah. I began to go to her Facebook page and see so many memories and accolades shared of this beautiful, explosive soul, which is a reminder this is a temporary journey. You as spirit operating in the vessel that you're in are not limited to just the idea of this world, this vessel, and this world, this experience from all over in this country. And when you get to a certain season of life, and I speak to you young people, you're not going to be here forever, baby. For those that hear the voice of spirit through your heart, no matter which way you've been raised, no matter what your religion, you as a spirit are higher and much more expansive than the limitations of what this world has carved in society. You read between the lines, okay? Life. Live it intentionally. Love hard. Don't waste time. And so I read this message given to me by Spirit. Take a listen. And for those that resonate, bless you. For those that don't, thanks for swiping. You are being elevated to the dimension of your ancestors. Energetic space is being cleared to be able to move around in this lighter field. The things that were part of the foundation in your previous way of moving on the planet are now being dissipated. In other words, it's like checking into an airport and your baggage is too heavy and you have to take things out to reduce the weight. Your new vessel is being cleansed and cleared energetically so that you can navigate at the ancestral realm, so that you can hear or clearly and see the unseen guidance of the divine. So the clearing has been happening on the physical plane. For example, the device known as your phone is actually tied to the matrix. Of course, you know this. So you've been experiencing deletion of information and contacts. And this has happened a couple of times in a year. So there's energy associated with the contacts. You're being moved out of proximity. All has been a preparation and a metaphor. Your prayer has been to be a good steward over the rest of your experience in the season that you're in and the seasons to come. This requires a cleansing, a clearing, a purging, and a reinforcement of your foundation, like preparing and renovating a house, or like preparing for a new season in a garden to match your highest desire of being a good steward over the gift that is your life. Your highest desire before transitioning is to Your highest desire before transitioning, playing part of your destiny, is to be a proper steward over all the gifts, skills, and talents encoded within you, such that it adds value to the resonance of the universe, and that is your life around you, that where you have impacted others and others have impacted you, such that all memories are legacy. Upon opening the door to the knowledge of the ancestors' journey, you ask the question, which one of your ancestors is guiding you? And you've heard in your spirit that all are the collective energy is guiding you. Just as you recorded the previous statement, as you are literally traveling up the road to your family, a car has passed by to the left, and it has the number 222, which reflects the energy of balance. Is also the number that is on your social platform, Facebook, where you notice that you now have 222 souls that follow you. It's time to continue and begin the reformatting. This has always been our collective way of getting your attention through repeated numbers, titles of books, stream of thoughts that you might have, where then you might hear a conversation about that same thought. It is time to no longer navigate the analytical road of your mind. It is time, and you are ready to navigate from the divine mind through the heart chamber. Remember, we gave you the roadmap through the guided meditation we downloaded a few years ago, where you attended a church and you were given a presentation of sound healing, and you guided the congregants through a visioning of entering their heart chamber and seating themselves in their divine thrones and putting on their headsets that broadcasted the never-ending transmission from creative source. Specific to each person, for each soul, there may be similar messages as souls begin to speak to each other, but one may not receive the exact same vibrational code as another. The uniqueness is so that you can stay tuned and recognize your unique DNA mapping, so that you can see the divine uniqueness specific to you. There will be no question that such things as you have seen synchronistically is divine, and it's intended that way, so you will not miss the message. We sent another sign through YouTube titled, "Your Energy is Your Currency." And it truly is. For you, that is important. You examine how you use your energy inward and outward through activities and the matrix social platforms. As your energy is put out there and continues to vibrate for those that come to a recording, audio or visual of you. So it's like going to a gas station. The value is the gas, and there's a container you should put the gas in so that your vehicle can move forward. But when you're not conscious and aware of how you use your energy and sharing and engaging, it's like going to the gas station and taking the valuable gold of the oil, and instead of inserting the nozzle into the vessel, okay, you just let the gold spill all over the ground. And so then there's no more value. It's just wasted energy. This message is for you. And at such time that you share this transmission, someone may be activated by what's being shared, but it's not an exact pattern. They have to listen, or can choose to listen to creative divine source through the chambers of their own hearts for direction on the path for their specific divine life. Ashe and Amen.